Robert F. Smith arrived in Austin that morning via a chartered Gulfstream G650 from his Denver residence, the flight logging 1 hour 42 minutes at 41,000 feet, touching down at Austin Bergstrom International at 7:35 a.m. local time. At 62, with physique maintained by thrice-weekly sessions with Cornell-trained personal trainer emphasizing HIIT circuits and plant-based recovery shakes, Smith embodied the disciplined ascent for his roots in a Denver housing project to Cornell chemical engineering graduate in 1985, followed by a Wall Street trajectory at Kraft General Foods and Goldman Sachs before founding Vista Equity Partners in 2000 with $1 million in personal savings. By 2025, Vista managed $120 billion in assets under administration, per the firm's SEC Form ADV filed March 31st, specializing in enterprise software buyouts that generated a 28% annualized return for investors through 2024, as detailed in PitchBook's Q2 2025 private equity report. Smith's philanthropy, including the $50 million debt relief for Morehouse College's class of 2019, announced at their May 19 commencement that year, had cemented his status, with Forbes ranking him third among Black American billionaires at $11.1 billion, trailing only David Stewart's $12.4 billion and a surprise second-place Alexander Karp, the Palantir CEO with partial black heritage per his 2025 self-disclosure in a Wired profile. Smith opted for the unannounced visit to gauge operational pulse without the polished scheduled fanfare, a tactic he'd employed since Vista's early days when bootstrapping deals from a one-room Austin office above a barbecue joint on Congress Avenue. His driver, Marcus Hale, a 58-year-old former Army sergeant with 15 years in Smith's employ, navigated the Tesla Model S Plaid through early rush-hour traffic on Mopac Expressway. Arriving curbside at 8:45 a.m., Smith exited in a tailored Zegna suit, charcoal gray, for $1,200 from a Milan flagship, briefcase containing encrypted tablets loaded with Q3 portfolio analyses from McKinsey Consultants, billing $1.8 million for the engagement. The headquarters, a 12-story LEED Platinum-certified tower acquired in 2018 for $142 million from a REIT divestiture, featured biometric keycard access for 1,200 employees across 5 continents, with ground floor security manned by a third-party firm. Secure Guard Solutions contracted at $2.7 million annually per the 2024 renewal addendum reviewed by Vista's procurement team. Javier Ruiz, 34, a Secure Guard officer with 18 months tenure and a clean background check from the Texas DPS database, manned the lobby kiosk at shift, his 8-hour rotation starting at 6 a.m. after a 45-minute commute from Round Rock, where he lived with his wife and 2 toddlers in a $289,000 starter home financed through Navy Federal Credit Union. Ruiz's training log, audited quarterly by Secure Guard's Dallas HQ, included 16 hours on protocols from the ASIS International Standards Manual, 2024 edition emphasizing de-escalation and bias recognition, but his performance reviews noted 2 infractions, a 2024 verbal warning for overzealous ID checks on suspicious loiterers during a vendor fair, and a neutral bias module score of 78% on the firm's online assessment, below the 85% threshold for advanced roles. That morning, Ruiz sipped his second black coffee from a break room Keurig, $1.29 per pod deducted from his $18.75 hourly paycheck. When Smith's figure approached the revolving doors, the Texas sun glinting off the glass facade, Smith pushed through at 8:47 a.m., nodding politely to the ambient hum of the lobby's Bose sound system, piping a lo-fi playlist curated by the facility's manager. Ruiz, stationed behind a marble reception desk flanked by dual 55-inch Samsung monitors displaying live CCTV feeds from 32 cameras, straightened instinctively, his uniform, navy polo embroidered with Secure Guard's Eagle logo, tucked neatly. Smith's approach registered as anomalous. No visible badge clipped the lapel, attire upscale but sans the corporate lanyards Ruiz associated with C-level execs from prior briefings, and, critically, his black skin triggering an unconscious heuristic Ruiz later attributed in his incident report to general vigilance protocols, amid a spike in downtown panhandling complaints logged by Austin PDs. News broke at 1:23 p.m. via Axios Pro Real Estate exclusive, sourced from an anonymous facilities tip Headline: Vista CEO Robert Smith barred at own HQ by security. Racial profiling probe launched. The piece, penned by reporter Sophia Chun with 12 years covering private equity, detailed the timeline with timestamps from building logs subpoenaed under Texas Open Records Request TR 2025-0910, garnering 450,000 views by 3 p.m. per similar web analytics. Smith's phone lit with 87 notifications. Warren Buffett's voicemail. Bob, outrageous. Let's chat Berkshire safeguards. A text from Oprah Winfrey, fellow 2025 billionaire at $3.2 billion. Brother, use this fire. My network's yours. And a LinkedIn message from David Stewart. Solidarity. WWD faced similar in 22. Sued and won $1.4 million. By 2:15 p.m., hashtag VistaBias trended on X with 12,400 posts, including a viral clip from Priya Singh's discreet lobby recording. 72 seconds, 1.2 million views. Caption: CEO denied entry to his empire. Secure Guard's response came swift. CEO Harlan Tate, 55, issued a statement at 3:07 p.m. via PR Newswire, distributed to 1,200 subscribers. Deeply regretful. Immediate suspension of Officer Ruiz pending full investigation. Committed to anti-bias retraining for all 8,500 personnel. Ruiz, placed on paid leave at $1,592 biweekly, drove home to Round Rock. His wife Elena greeted him at the door with a hug amid the couple's framed wedding photo from 2015. "What happened?" she asked, a nurse at St. David's with $68,000 annual salary. Ruiz recounted, voice cracking. "Thought I was doing my job. Now it's everywhere." That evening, he enrolled in an online IAT refresher via Coursera's Yale module, scoring minus 0.18 on retake by 8:42 p.m. Vista's board convened virtually at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. 6 members dialing in from New York, London, and San Francisco, chaired by Lydia Grant, 59, a former Goldman partner with $420 million in personal Vista equity. Smith's opening. This isn't isolated. EOC data shows 35% rise in race-based workplace complaints since 2020. Hargrove presented the panel's recs. Terminate Secure Guard contract by Q4. $2.7 million savings redirected to in-house security with mandatory DI certification. $5 million endowment for Austin HBCU scholarships, partnering with Houston Tillotson University, and a firm-wide audit via McKinsey's equity practice, budgeted $1.2 million. The vote passed unanimously 8-0. Minutes filed in the board portal by 5:15 p.m. Media frenzy peaked with a 6 p.m. CNN segment on the lead with Jake Tapper, featuring Smith's remote interview from his office. America's progress is uneven. Billionaire or barista, bias blinds us. Viewership hit 2.1 million, per Nielsen Fast Nationals, spiking Vista's Google Trends score 340%. By 7:30 p.m., the NAACP's Austin branch filed a Title VII charge of the EOC on Smith's behalf. Case number 450-2025-00987, alleging disparate treatment, with supporting affidavits from 3 black employees. VP Jamal Torres, who reported a 2024 parking garage tailing. Analyst Keisha Brooks, flagged for unescorted floor access in 2023. And facilities lead Marcus Hale denied a 2022 promotion per internal email chain uncovered in the probe. September 11th unfolded in damage control. Smith keynoted a hastily assembled all-hands at 9 a.m. in the atrium, 1,200 streamed via Zoom, 87% attendance, outlining the Vista Recommitment Initiative. $25 million over 3 years for bias training, mentored by Thompson's Urban League, targeting 100% completion by March 2026. "We invest in code and capital. Now in character," he stated, the video clip amassing 750,000 YouTube views by noon. Ruiz met with Carla Ruiz at Secure Guard's local outpost on I-35, a 2,400 square foot lease space at $14 per square foot. For his formal interview, polygraph optional but declined, his responses scoring 92% truthful on the Lafayette LX6 analyzer. "Never saw the face sheet glitch," he insisted, the apostrophe bug confirmed by IT forensics pulling server logs from AWS S3 buckets. broader ripples emerged by afternoon. The Austin American-Statesman ran a front-page feature at 2 p.m. edition, circulation 112,000, interviewing 14 former secure guard staff. 5 black officers alleging promotion glass ceilings, corroborated by payroll disparities, showing 18% pay gap for non-white hires per 2024 internal equity study leaked to the paper. EEOC Acting Chair Kopina Kategel, appointed 2024, tweeted at 3:45 p.m., "This incident underscores our 2025 priority, corporate accountability. Probe underway." By 4:30 p.m., 3 peer firms, KKR, Blackstone, Apollo, announced accelerated DI audits. KKR's $10 million commitment echoing Vista scale, per Bloomberg Terminal Alert distributed to 45,000 subscribers. Smith retreated to Denver that evening. Gulfstream wheels up at 7:12 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, debriefing with wife Hope, a 58-year-old philanthropist co-founding the Student Freedom Initiative with $100 million pledged in 2020 for HBCU endowments. Exposes the underbelly. He reflected over salmon from a Whole Foods delivery, $28.99 per portion, while their twins, age 22, texted support from Yale and Stanford. Sleep came fitful, his hour ring logging 4 hours 17 minutes, REM down 29%. September 12th amplified excellently. A New York Times op-ed by Smith, ghost edited by his communications chief Lena Vasquez, $220,000 salary plus equity, dropped at 6 a.m. Eastern Time. Billionaire at the gate, when wealth meets bias. Citing Harvard Business Review's 2025 study on black CEOs facing 19% higher scrutiny in investor calls. Readership topped 1.8 million digital uniques by end of day. Ruiz, meanwhile, attended mandatory counseling at Secure Guard's EAP provider, Value Options, session notes redacted but billing $175 for 50 minutes, where therapist Dr. Elena Hargrove, no relation, diagnosed acute stress reaction, prescribing mindfulness via the Headspace app. The EEOC charge progressed swiftly. On September 15th, current date, investigator Ramon Ortiz, 42, with 11 years at the Dallas District Office, subpoenaed Secure Guard's training records under 29 CFR Section 1601.23, pulling 1,247 files from 2024 to 2025, showing only 62% compliance with bias modules, below the national 78% benchmark, per SHRM's 2025 Workplace Culture Report. Ortiz's prelim memo, dated September 20th, recommended conciliation, $750,000 settlement to Smith, plus policy overhauls, with 85% success rate in similar cases per EOCFI 2024 stats. Vista's response crystallized by September 18th board call.